I believe that the goal of all marketing, I would say even the goal of all business, should be to develop and reproduce brand advocates. That's got to be your focus. A brand advocate is somebody so important because they buy based on value, not price. Brand advocates stay your customer. They identify with your brand. And I would just say right now that a brand advocate is easily worth 30, 60, or 100 times more than your average customer. So I hope you see the value of brand advocacy. All right, I want to really hammer this brand advocacy thing for you. So I believe that the goal of all marketing, I would say even the goal of all business, should be to develop and reproduce brand advocates. That's got to be your focus. A brand advocate is somebody so important because they buy based on value, not price. That is huge. If you've been doing business for a while, you know that the customers that spend the most amount of money with you are the easiest to work with. And the people who spend the least amount of money are the hardest to work with. It's just the way it is. And that's because there's a difference between a brand advocate and a customer. Customers buying because of price or some kind of thing, but a brand advocate is someone who they believe in you, they're all in, they're buying, and price tends to not be the issue. It's the value you provide. Brand advocates stay your customer. They identify with your brand. We do that, right? You got your car guy, your hair gal. You got your person that you're like, oh, this is my person. I identify with that, and you naturally tell everybody about it. And there's other brands like consumer goods. People don't buy an iPhone 1 year and then next year just get an Android and flip back and forth, right? Like you have your thing, your brand. You identify with it. When they come out with a new doohickey, you check it out immediately. We naturally do that. Brand advocates also, they tell your story, which means as a business, you must have a story and you must tell your story. You must share. One of the reasons we're doing this presentation is a way for us to share our story. We are purpose-driven, customer journey focused, building brand advocate agency. Like those are the things we say over and over and over again because it's our story. It's what we believe, and we attract the right kind of customer by that belief, and then we kind of deter the wrong customer for us based on that narrative. And a brand advocate is easily the 20% of your customers that produce 80% of your revenue. And I would just say right now that a brand advocate is easily worth 30, 60, or 100 times more than your average customer. So I hope you see the value of brand advocacy. So another way to look at it is through this lens of a funnel. We all, see marketing, sales funnels. So if you think about it, there's more people that are aware that you exist than like you, then have bought from you and have become advocates. So the goal is, how do we continue to, bring people down to the advocacy? I know you, I like you, I believe you, I trust you. Now, there's certain kinds of marketing that works best at each, right? If you're trying to get awareness, you're probably focusing a lot on like local search, social media, you can maybe buy in some traffic, things like that. Affinity is really around like educational, value-driven content marketing. And then for action, right, to get people to buy, you need things like social proof. You need persuasive messaging, sales automations, pipelines, offers, things like that. Advocacy. Okay, well, how do we automate upsells? How do we ask for reviews and referrals at the exact right time? How do we have processes to ensure high customer satisfaction? Well, that's what we're going to talk about, is this advocacy stage. But the coolest part about it is this advocacy stage, this group of people are what actually are helping you fill the awareness side. So by focusing here, you're actually benefiting all 4 stages of the customer journey. So this needs to be our focus. Our number one focus should be developing a high-performing advocacy system that turns our customers into raving fans. Number one strategy for any business that already has a decent customer base. So the most important growth strategy, let's take a look. Advocacy-focused marketing. Let me give you some real practical ways that you can do this. We have one of our flagship products, the automated advocacy machine. And it's an automated system that leads people through these 8 major puzzle pieces of advocacy marketing. But you've got to apply this to your specific business. There's going to be certain things that are more relevant to you. There's going to be things that you got to be thinking about, you'll create processes, you'll create things you never even thought of going through this and looking at these specific puzzle pieces. But there's power in the unity. When you have these things all collectively together operating, it creates a really powerful response in your business. But because it's an automated advocacy machine, and I won't get into a lot of those pieces on like how we build it, but it actually can take pressure off of your organization. Because you're probably doing some of this stuff, but oftentimes it's like, oh, well, I got this person who's responsible for that and call, and it's all human driven and dependent on particular people. And if you have a decent sized organization, systems are what scale, people don't. And if you've got this rock star who's got everything upstairs and then she goes to a new company, that can dramatically affect your business. So another nice part of this is that you're extracting a lot of the good things you're already doing, systemizing it, and creating a more reliable result. And again, all of this is going to lead to people buying more of your products, buying more frequently, telling more people to buy your products, leaving more positive reviews, all in a completely automated way.